Alyssa Thomas and Dewana Bonner, a WNBA power couple. Their relationship was the epitome of love and partnership, both on and off the court. Fans admired their chemistry, their shared passion for the game, and the way they supported each other through thick and thin. Their love story captivated fans. It was a tale of two athletes who found solace and strength in each other, inspiring many with their dedication and commitment. They were not just partners in life, but also in their professional careers, making their bond even more special. They shared a passion for basketball. This mutual love for the sport brought them closer, allowing them to understand each other's struggles and triumphs. They trained together, played together, and celebrated victories together, making their relationship a unique blend of personal and professional harmony. Their engagement was a dream come true. It was a moment that symbolized their commitment to each other, a promise to face the future together, no matter what challenges lay ahead. The news of their engagement brought joy to their fans, who had been rooting for their happiness. But the fairy tale has taken a dark turn. The once harmonious relationship began to show cracks, and the pressures of their high-profile lives started to take a toll. Arguments and misunderstandings became more frequent, casting a shadow over their once bright love story. The court, once a stage for their shared dreams, has become a battleground. The place where they once found joy and connection now serves as a reminder of their growing rift. Their professional lives, which once brought them together, now seem to be driving them apart. Their on-court chemistry has dissolved into tension. The seamless coordination and mutual understanding that once defined their gameplay have been replaced by frustration and discord. Teammates and fans alike have noticed the change, adding to the strain on their relationship. Smiles have been replaced with icy stares. The warmth and affection that once radiated from their interactions have given way to coldness and distance. It's as if the love that once fueled their passion has been extinguished, leaving behind only resentment and hurt. The question on everyone's mind: what went wrong? Fans and friends are left puzzled, trying to understand how such a strong and beautiful relationship could unravel so quickly. The reasons are complex, and the answers are not easily found. The answer, like most things in life, is complicated. Relationships are never simple, and the pressures of fame, career, and personal expectations can create a tangled web of challenges. For Alyssa and Dewana, these challenges have become almost insurmountable. A series of unfortunate events have pushed their relationship to the brink. From injuries and career setbacks to personal disagreements and external pressures, each event has added another layer of strain. It's a perfect storm that has tested their love to its limits. The pressure of the game, the weight of expectation, both have been immense, and the constant scrutiny has only made things worse. The demands of their careers have left little room for them to nurture their relationship, leading to a growing sense of isolation and frustration, and most recently the ugliness of racism. The societal issues that have come to the forefront have added another layer of stress and conflict. Navigating these challenges has been incredibly difficult, further straining their bond. Can their love survive this perfect storm? Despite everything, there is still hope. Their love has faced many tests, and this could be another chapter in their story of resilience. The question remains whether they can find a way back to each other, or will their story end in heartbreak. Only time will tell if Alyssa and Dewana can overcome these challenges, or if their love story will become a cautionary tale of what happens when love and life collide. The Mercury Fever Games were supposed to be a celebration of their love. These games were more than just a competition. They were a testament to the bond that had been built over years of playing together. Fans eagerly anticipated each match, not just for the athleticism on display, but for the chemistry that was evident in every pass, every shot, and every defensive play. Instead, they became a public exhibition of their deteriorating relationship. The once harmonious duo now found themselves at odds, their disagreements spilling out onto the court for all to see. What was once a well-oiled machine now seemed to be falling apart at the seams. Gone was the seamless teamwork. The fluidity and grace that had defined their play were replaced by hesitation and uncertainty. The high fives and celebratory moments were now few and far between, replaced by frustrated gestures and missed opportunities. Gone were the knowing glances. The silent communication that had once been their secret weapon was now a distant memory. Instead of reading each other's minds, they were second-guessing each other's moves, leading to costly mistakes. In their place, miscommunication, frustration, and anger. The court, once a place of unity and shared purpose, had become a battleground of conflicting egos and unresolved tensions. Every missed pass and failed play seemed to add fuel to the fire. Thomas and Bonner, once in sync on the court, were now playing like strangers. The tension was palpable. Their once effortless coordination was now marred by visible frustration and disjointed efforts. It was as if they were no longer on the same wavelength, each trying to play their own game rather than working together. Fans watched in stunned silence. The change was dramatic. The crowd, who had come to expect a display of unity and skill, were now witnessing a team in turmoil. The energy in the arena had shifted from excitement to a tense anticipation of what might go wrong next. Their on-court feud became the talk of the league. Speculation ran rampant. Commentators and analysts dissected every interaction, every argument, trying to piece together what had gone wrong. The media frenzy only added to the pressure, as every game became a spectacle of their unraveling partnership. What was going on behind the scenes? Was it personal issues spilling over into their professional lives? Or were there deeper, more systemic problems within the team? The locker room, once a place of camaraderie, was now filled with whispers and speculation. Was this merely a rough patch, or a sign of deeper issues? The questions loomed large, with no clear answers in sight. The uncertainty weighed heavily on the players, affecting not just their performance, but their morale and mental well-being. One thing was clear: the pressure was mounting. Each game brought with it a new set of challenges, and the weight of expectations was becoming unbearable. The once confident team now seemed to be crumbling under the strain, and it was starting to take its toll. The physical and emotional exhaustion was evident in every player. The bench, once a place of rest and strategy, now seemed to be a refuge for weary souls, struggling to find their way back to the unity they once knew. The strain on their relationship was evident off the court too. What once seemed like a fairy tale romance was now marred by tension and misunderstandings. Their public appearances, which used to be filled with smiles and laughter, were now overshadowed by visible stress and discomfort. The pressure of their professional lives was taking a toll on their personal bond, creating a rift that seemed to widen with each passing day. Wedding plans, once a source of joy, were now on hold. The excitement of planning their big day had turned into a daunting task. The bride, who once eagerly flipped through wedding magazines and Pinterest boards, now found herself closing the wedding planning book with a heavy heart. The decorations that once brought a sparkle to her eyes now only served as a painful reminder of what could have been. The dream of walking down the aisle together seemed distant. They found themselves walking apart, both physically and emotionally. The bride, who once envisioned herself in a beautiful wedding dress, now looked at it wistfully, wondering if that dream would ever come true. The distance between them was growing, and the future they had once planned together seemed uncertain. Friends and family expressed concern. Their loved ones, who had always supported their relationship, were now worried. Serious conversations took place, with friends and family members trying to offer advice and support. The concern was palpable, and everyone hoped that the couple could find a way to overcome their challenges. The once solid foundation of their relationship appeared to be crumbling. They sat apart on a bench, the physical distance mirroring the emotional gap between them. The connection that had once been their strength now seemed fragile. The love that had brought them together was being tested in ways they had never imagined. The pressure of their on-court struggles was spilling over into their personal lives. Rumors swirled. The stress of their professional challenges was evident in their personal interactions. They found themselves constantly worried, not just about their careers, but about their relationship as well. The rumors and speculations only added to the pressure, making it harder for them to find peace. Tabloids had a field day. Was the wedding off? The media frenzy added fuel to the fire with scandalous headlines and invasive paparazzi photos. Every move they made was scrutinized, and the question on everyone's mind was whether the wedding would still happen. The couple, once private and reserved, found themselves at the center of unwanted attention. Were they headed for a split? The arguments became more frequent, and the sadness in their eyes was unmistakable. They walked away from each other, both literally and figuratively, leaving behind a trail of unresolved issues and unspoken words. The possibility of a split loomed large, and the uncertainty of their future weighed heavily on their minds. The once private couple was thrust into the spotlight, their every move scrutinized. The constant media attention made it difficult for them to find solace. They felt uneasy in public, knowing that every gesture, every glance was being analyzed. The pressure of living under a microscope was immense, and it took a toll on their already strained relationship. The weight of the world seemed to be on their shoulders. They felt overwhelmed by the expectations and the scrutiny. The weight of their struggles, both personal and professional, seemed too much to bear. They often found themselves with their heads in their hands, searching for a way to navigate through the storm. Could their love survive this intense scrutiny? Despite the challenges, there were moments of tenderness and hope. They hugged tightly, finding comfort in each other's arms. They looked at each other thoughtfully, searching for the strength to overcome the obstacles. The question remained, could their love withstand the intense scrutiny and pressure, or was this the beginning of the end? The uncertainty of their future loomed large. They walked away from each other, both physically and emotionally, leaving behind a trail of unresolved issues. The sadness in their eyes was a stark contrast to the happiness they once shared. The question lingered, was this the beginning of the end for their relationship? As if the on-court feud wasn't enough, another storm was brewing, a storm fueled by ignorance and hate. After a particularly heated game, racist comments targeting Thomas surfaced online. The words vile and hateful cut deep. Thomas, a strong and resilient woman, was shaken. The incident brought to light a dark reality. Racism continues to plague society, even in the supposedly progressive world of professional sports. The comments made by a few cowardly individuals threatened to overshadow the game itself. They were a stark reminder that even in 2025, the fight for equality is far from over. The WNBA responds a league divided. The WNBA, to its credit, condemned the racist attack on Thomas. Statements were released, investigations were launched, but for some it felt like too little, too late. The incident sparked a debate within the league. Some players and fans demanded harsher punishments for the perpetrators. Others called for a more proactive approach to combat racism within the WNBA and its fan base. The league, already grappling with the Thomas Bonner drama, now faced a crisis of its own. How it responded to this challenge would have far-reaching consequences. Finding solace, teammates rally around Thomas. In the face of adversity, Alyssa Thomas found solace in her teammates. The Connecticut Sun rallied around their star player, offering unwavering support and solidarity. They spoke out against the racism she had endured, using their platforms to amplify her voice. They stood by her side, a united front against hate and bigotry. The team's response was a testament to the power of unity. It was a reminder that even in the midst of personal struggles, the bonds of sisterhood can provide strength and comfort. Bonner's silence adding fuel to the fire. While the Connecticut Sun rallied around Thomas, DeWanna Bonner's silence was deafening. Fans and media alike waited for a statement, a gesture of support for her fiancé. But none came. Bonner's silence, whether intentional or not, spoke volumes. It fueled speculation, adding more fuel to the already raging fire. Was she distancing herself from the drama? Was she struggling to reconcile her feelings? Whatever the reason, Bonner's silence had consequences. It created a rift between her and Thomas, pushing them further apart. The public reacts. A media feeding frenzy. The Thomas Bonner saga became a media sensation. News outlets couldn't get enough of the drama. Every tweet, every Instagram post, every public appearance was analyzed and dissected. Fans, too, were consumed by the story. Social media became a battleground for opinions, with some defending Thomas, others siding with Bonner, and still others reveling in the chaos. The constant scrutiny took its toll. The pressure of being in the public eye, of having their every move judged, became unbearable. An uncertain future. Can love and basketball coexist? As the dust settles, one question remains. What does the future hold for Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner? Can their love withstand the storms that have battered their relationship? The answer, for now, remains elusive. Only time will tell if they can overcome the challenges they face, both on and off the court. One thing is certain, their story is far from over. Whether it ends in heartbreak or reconciliation, it will be a tale that captivates fans and observers for years to come.